One.
Welcome to The Game Case, a show for, well, anyone that plays World of Warcraft. The show rife with ramblings, tips, tricks, and goings-on in WoW. Here's your host, Chris Case.
So hello, hi, howdy, and welcome, my friends, to episode 50 of The Game Case. I am Chris, also known as Cuddles, a brewmaster monk on Airy Peak in the Convert to Raid Guild. This week, I'm going to talk a little bit about my week in gaming. I'm going to fill you guys in on the fun from PAX. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the Blizzard news that's coming out, because that's all we have to do. If you're watching the show live, you may have noticed I'm a little bit bigger on your screen, and there's not anybody else here. Well, something happened last weekend called PAX East up in absolutely phenomenally, wonderfully beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. So I got to go up to Boston, Massachusetts for my very first time. Got to visit PAX. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. I had two different people booked to be on the show tonight, and both of them are unfortunately suffering from something known as the PAX Pox. So this is a thing. It strikes you anywhere from immediately leaving PAX or at PAX to, sometime afterwards. And yeah, I have two friends that are unfortunately very ill right now. I am simply happy that I am not one of those folks. Somehow, Cuddles, because of how well I keep myself up in the holistic vegan regimen that I keep. With the double bacon cheeseburgers and, of course, no spicy water or adult beverages of any kind. This body is a temple, my friends, and it stayed healthy. It was either the high proof liquor or the multivitamins. I don't know which one, but I'm going to continue taking both of them. That's going to be my policy. So that's the big news at the top of the show. This is episode 50. I want to start this off by saying, first and foremost, thank you to absolutely everyone that has supported and followed and listened and downloaded and retweeted and done all the things to help support this show over the last 50 episodes. It's been well over a year now. I started sometime in February of last year, and it has been an absolutely amazing and incredible ride. We're somewhere, I think we're around 53 or 54 shows, counting episode 0 and some of my couple special shows that I've done. We did a show on women in gaming. We also did a show on LGBT gaming. And we have a couple other special episodes planned like that up before the end of this year. So be on the lookout for those. But guys, let's just dive right into what I've been up to this last week in gaming, and it's been a whole lot. It's coming out of PAX, of course. I got to play a whole lot of things. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. I have a couple things that are really just making me giggle, but this week outside of PAX, I have to admit, if you're watching the show live, you'll see the overlay. Got a little Whispers of the Old Gods thing going on here. I have developed a very severe Hearthstone addiction. I may need an intervention. There may need to be steps involved. I don't know. Something probably needs to happen. Someone needs to step in at this point. This was my very first time ever laddering, and I got up to rank 12, and yeah, it was incredible. I put in around 200, maybe 225 games with Patron Warrior specifically, not counting Tavern Brawls and Arena and stuff like that. I am absolutely loving Hearthstone right now. Standard has kind of thrown me on my head. I don't quite know what to play. I have a Cthulhu Druid. I've put about 30 games in since Standard came out, and I'm about 45%. It's not going great, but even Totem 2-0ing me in a couple casual matches and then getting absolutely burnt by Habant, it's not turned me off, guys. I'm still in this. I am really excited about what Standard has to offer. I got plenty of dust. I got plenty of gold. I got an extra $20 BattleNet gift card. I'm going to buy some more packs. So, yeah, you'll continue seeing and hearing more about Hearthstone. It was always a bathroom game, and I threatened to bring it out of the bathroom, and I've finally done that. And now I spend hours playing this game. Like I needed to be productive today. I needed to get things done and get some things happening. And yeah, no, I played a bunch of Hearthstone Arena, and that's about all I got done. Outside of that, I got to play some Heroes. I played Tracer in Heroes, which is awesome. So much fun. Totally different than she plays in Overwatch, although really similar, if that makes any sense at all. She is a lot of fun to play right now. The blinking and the recall, her little bomb thing that I should know the name of because, talking about it on a podcast. But her little bomb thing is awesome. She's a lot of fun. Murky is still very viable, and I had a lot of fun playing with him. So shout out to everybody that played last night. I really, really appreciate that. Of course, I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty. Overwatch is on hiatus until next week, so no Overwatch. And been doing a little Dreadnought, which is a new 5v5 arena like space battleship game, which is a whole lot of fun. Thank you to the Astropub for getting me a code for that. It's been an absolutely incredibly fun time. And only other thing I've really been playing a lot of is I got to pick up the little flyer, because I always forget the name of this. Star Crusade CCG. Evidently no one is playing this game right now, but I played it at PAX East, got to play with the devs, and had a really, really good time with it. Really enjoyed it, and for those that have been able to watch me stream it, for some reason I win a lot in it. So maybe that's why I like it. I don't know. But I'm really, really enjoying that. So guys, before we jump into questions from the Cuddle Crew, we do have a little bit of news this week. And now for news from All Things Blizzard. So I think I've already mentioned like half of this news. And we're going to run through this real quick. Guys, if you're looking for a real thorough rundown of what's going on in WoW, go check out some of the podcasts, some of the websites that do stuff like that. Go check out Convert to Raid. Go check out the Starting Zone. These are guys that cover this stuff in a little bit more depth than we will here at the Game Case. But Whispers of the Old Gods is out. So go check it out. You can actually get in Hearthstone. You can now get, I think it's like 13 free packs. You get 3, 6, 7. I don't know. You get a whole bunch of free packs from winning things in Standard, and yeah, like it's really cool. It's nice. You log in, you get a few free packs. Win a couple games, you get a few more. Win 7 more games, you get a few more. It's a really cool introduction. If you did not purchase Whispers of the Old Gods, know that Goblins vs. Gnomes and Nax is out in Standard format. You can still play all of the cards in what they're calling wild format. So go load up that Hearthstone client or pop out the phone the next time you're on the potty. We are 1 week out from Overwatch, and as Totem in the chat room just noted, guys, the second Overwatch comic just came out today for those that are interested. So go find that in the places that you would, or check out the Heroes Never Die podcast, of which Totem is a host, along with good friend of the show, Draven Dresden. One other thing I'm going to mention is there's been a big kerfluffle about legacy servers and anger on the internet and people rioting, and there's been pitchforks and torches, and we're calling for heads, and people are telling other people to die on Twitter. And guys, I saw somebody on Twitter tweet something out today, that I completely did not agree with. And you know what I did? This is novel. So please, if you have a pen, if you have a piece of paper, take it out. Let's take some notes here. I saw someone that I really did not I agree with their opinion at all. And I scrolled past it. I didn't tell him to die. I didn't rage. I didn't call them names. I didn't gather all my friends in some sort of massive Twitter campaign against them and their family. Guys, just leave this stuff alone. Come on now. Legacy servers, love them, hate them, leave them, set them on fire, bring them back up, and we can all play them together. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. What you're not entitled to do is lash out at other human beings. And understand that the people that run the legacy servers, the people that want the legacy servers, the people that hate the legacy servers, the people that work at Blizzard, the people that do all the people are just that, they're people. So, yeah. Outside of that, guys, BlizzCon. BlizzCon has been announced. Tickets have been sold. I hope the odds were ever in your favor and you were able to pick up some tickets. If not, lfblizzcon.com. Great website run by some true stand-up people in the community. You cannot list tickets for over face value. Go check that out. It's a funny thing because it really and truly seems like as we approach those dates, everybody gets really anxious, gets really hyped, gets really, I got to get my BlizzCon tickets. And that's awesome. That's great. That was me last year. That would have been me this year had I not been in Boston for PAX East. However, it seems like the closer we get to BlizzCon, the easier it is to find tickets. So you know what? Go ahead, book your hotel, book your flight. And if nothing else, guys, put a message over in this show's Discord. Tweet me. We will do everything that we can to find you a ticket into the event if that is what you really want and what we'll make it happen. It's not that big of a thing. And LeBlue just said it in the chat room. Go to BlizzCon, not for the con, go for the parties. That's really, I will say, coming out of PAX East 10 of 10, a better convention than BlizzCon. And by that I mean before you grab your pitchforks and torches and come after me and tell me to die on the internet, I mean on the con floor. And it's merely because, quite frankly, Blizzard has 5-6 games now. There's only so much they can do. They do an absolutely phenomenal job at what they do. The con floor is incredible. It's amazing. The feels that you get at opening ceremonies. I will be inside that building. I will be absolutely inside of that building. However, PAX, the giant diversity of it was incredible. The strength of BlizzCon is exactly what LeBlue just put in our chat. The greatest strength of BlizzCon is that you can meet so many amazing community members, people, devs, anyone else that doesn't require a BlizzCon ticket. That's the magic, guys. The magic happens in the halls around the con. The magic happens at the Hilton bar. The magic happens at the Well Played party at Con Before the Storm. This is where you're going to meet the people that you want to meet. This is where you're going to get to spend time with them. Now, with that, like I just said, I'll be on that floor because that opening ceremony, seeing the Warcraft movie premiere with 20,000 other absolutely insanely nerdy people that are so into let's go ahead and admit this, guys. Warcraft's a little bit nerdy. Can we agree on that? Are we okay with classifying it there? It was seeing that, I'm not a guy that watches movie trailers. It's not my thing. I don't do that. But to see that trailer with all those people was amazing. LeBlue just said it in chat. I got a picture with Lore, Olivia Grace, and Ghostcrawler at the Hilton Bar in a sweet Buzz Lightyear shirt. Like, what? Okay, that's crazy. That's absolutely incredible. And there's one of my extra hosts for the night. That would be my rat terrier, Sassy. She says hi. So guys, I guess that means it is time for questions from the Cuddle Crew. Questions from the Cuddle Crew. All right, so our first question comes to us from Squinty Eyes. Squinty's question is, I was told to ask this again after PAX East, so here it is. What game releases are you most excited for in 2016? Well, Squinty, you asked. Here you go, my friend. On the floor at PAX East, I was able to play several games that I had not had a chance to put my hands on, but I was very interested in getting to play. One of them being Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. So this is a first-person shooter based in Vietnam with what you would, I guess, in other games you would call hardcore mode is the only mode. One shot will kill you. Very, very realistic bullet physics. They have, if you're shooting at somebody far off, you have to compensate for that. If it's a windy day, you have to compensate for that. They're going to be doing up to 64 v 64 multiplayer combat on different maps. I was able to play a smaller 8v8 skirmish map, which, normal FPS stuff. 3 points, capture, hold them. The very cool thing about this was each time you captured a point, you started off with a spawn window of 2 minutes. When you capture a point, it extends that spawn window by 40 seconds. So if you hadn't captured a point within 2 minutes, your spawn window closes. The match, of course, has a time limit as well, but it gets to a point where you're actually forced to desperately capture a point to be able to respawn the rest of your team. It's kind of an interesting mechanic. Don't know if it's been in other games. Maybe that's old hat and I just don't know about it. But I had a whole lot of fun with that game. The devs were super, super cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's out of Tripwire Studios, which is out of Atlanta, Georgia. So I might actually try to sneak up there and take a tour of the studio here before too long. It should be coming out within the next 2 months. Outside of that, of course, super pumped for Overwatch, as always. Watching people standing in line for 2 hours plus just to play 15 minutes of Overwatch was kind of like I already felt grateful for being in the Overwatch beta, but seeing that made me realize how truly fortunate I actually was to be able to play that game. Other than that, game that actually I got a code to today, which was Dreadnought. Mentioned that a little bit earlier in what I'd been playing. 5v5 arena. Think World of Warships, but faster pacing and space. So really fun game. Other than that, I think I've mentioned everything that I really enjoyed. It's there's not a whole lot later on in the year that I'm really getting pumped for. Legion, wow! That's not a game; it's an expansion. But I'm totally pumped for Legion. Very, very excited for that. So our next question for the show comes from Shark Lonnie, who asks, "Who wears short shorts?" I wear short shorts, Shark. You know that. We roomed together at BlizzCon. You commented on them. Told me I looked pretty. Thank you. And now we have a question from Kalisto. Why is the salty clam gif so captivating? Well, that, my friend, is because not only is it a entertaining and wonderful gif, but it actually teaches you science. So as I try to pull that up and share this with our wonderful live audience here, let's go ahead and jump down to the next one from Terraburn. If you were a yogurt, would you be fruit on the bottom or stirred? It would be fruit on the bottom, sir. And it would be bananas. You know this. Now an actual legitimate question from Zato. Zato asks, do you really not have any WoW alts? What are you going to use your boost for in Legion, if you haven't already? Well, here's the truth, guys. I don't really have alts. It's never, the leveling process is not something that really, it doesn't come easy for me, and I don't, simply because I don't know how to get around. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where a lot of places are. When a lot of folks that have played WoW for, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 years, what you take for granted for is your innate understanding of how to get around the world. I still find myself asking, well, how do I get to Northrend? How do I get to this place? How do I get to this place? Can I get a mage port to this place? And people are like, oh, you don't have the shrine? I'm like, I'm standing in the shrine. Can I get a mage port to here? And they're like, no, you just take this and then hop on that and then go over here. I don't know my way around. I still feel a little lost because Azeroth and Draenor are really large worlds. It's something that I'm learning and something that's definitely coming along. I do have a couple of low-level tunes that are coming up. So, that's pretty neat. But as of right now, I have 2 level 100s. I have a Subtlety Rogue, which is actually what I use my Legion boost on. And I also have of course, my level 100 Brewmaster. I have a level 91 Death Knight and a Elemental Shaman that I'm bringing up, as well as a level 20 Tauren that I leveled on Horde side, of course, Tauren, to get the hero portrait in Hearthstone. So I do have alts. I'm definitely not alt happy. Zeph in the chat room has offered to be my guide. I appreciate that. I don't like asking for help in video games. As bad as I am in video games, I don't like asking for help. I like figuring things out on my own. And I'll get there. I will be maining Brewmaster in Legion as long as my senpai Kagura'i Labulu is able to guide me in the ways of Legion brewmastering. I shall maintain my status as a semi-competent raider and continue raiding and playing the game. Totem has suggested that I boost my shaman based on his unbiased opinion. I somehow think that someone named Totem's opinion isn't unbiased, but we shall continue to the next question from Knockout 11B. Being this is my first BlizzCon, what is there to do at BlizzCon, such as fan parties, the different events going on, dev signings? So, Knockout, that is a loaded question, my friend. There is a whole lot going on at BlizzCon. So on the con floor, you're going to get to play anything new. For example, I got to play League of Explorers. It came out the next week, but I got to play a kind of condensed version of that. Overwatch was on the floor. Heroes and Legion. Legion they had the Demon Hunter starting area available for like 2 levels. It was what was originally available to the first folks that got alpha access. So, I mean, there's plenty of play, plenty to do on the con floor. The biggest draw, I believe, on the con floor is going to be that opening ceremony, as well as any big announcements, and then the esports. So there'll be a Heroes tournament. There'll be a Hearthstone tournament. There's going to be an Overwatch tournament. We don't know if it's going to be legitimate or if it's going to be, like an exhibition match. Of course, if you're into StarCraft 2, there's a StarCraft 2 arena, which is its own thing, kind of like set aside. It's within BlizzCon, but like I never even ran across it, to be perfectly honest. There are a few hardware vendors, a few things like that. There's definitely some cool stuff on the con floor. So BlizzCon itself, the convention is totally worth checking out, especially as a Blizzard fan. It is a very well-run con with plenty to do. Now, the parties, there's only 2 parties that you need to worry about. That is Con Before the Storm, which is on Friday night, and the Well Played Party, which is on Saturday night. Did I get that right? Somebody correct me. It's either Thursday, Friday, or Friday, Saturday. I get confused. So Con Before the Storm was born of World of Podcasts, which brought together a large part of the podcasting community, and they've kind of laid Con Before the Storm on top of the framework that World of Podcasts built. So there we go. As though it's almost as though I should know these things. Thank you, Zug. I'm embarrassed now. So Con Before the Storm is on Thursday. Well Played Party is on Friday night. Con Before the Storm will have a bunch of panels about all the different games, about podcasting in general. A bunch of different podcasters talking about what they do, what they know, their particular niche. And I know one of the things that I was really excited about was to meet the Dark Moon Herald crew there, the folks that do that show. And some of the relationships and friendships that blossom out of meeting people at that event is truly incredible. They'll also have a gaming area. I know they were playing Cards Against Humanity, which they actually had a custom World of Warcraft set called Cards Against Nomanity, which was just amazing, and it was awesome. And then they had an art room where you could bid on art. It was just absolutely wonderful. So I would definitely check out Calm Before the Storm. And then on Friday night, there is the premiere party. Really the only thing, like, you could just go to Anaheim and just check out the Well Played Party. And you might get why I'm saying this in a second. It is the official party for the Convert to Raid Guild. So if you're in the guild, this is the place to be. Pat Crane's there, Jules is there, everyone else, myself, Bell Schnickel, and Sal Mises from the Converted podcast, all the raid leaders, all of your friends, everyone that you know within Convert to Raid. There's usually, I think, a Wild Bashiok appeared behind me last year. Scott Johnson stopped in from the Instance. So many more. The folks that do the Warcraft cover music, whose name I shouldn't have even brought that up. They were there last year for a little bit. It's a gathering of friends, and I think that's what all of the parties are, and what the big draw of BlizzCon is. It's an incredible conference. It's a lot of fun. But what it really is an opportunity for all of us that play this game together, or these games together, to gather in one place, to break bread and raise glasses together and feel at home. That's something coming out of PAX and coming out of BlizzCon as well. You have this feeling of home, of you're with people that understand you. Because unless you're in an extremely fortunate position, you probably cannot randomly bump into people on the street that will understand why you're wearing a For the Alliance shirt. Or for example, I have my Pandaren Brewmaster shirt on right now. Most people look at me like I'm weird, but that's okay. When I'm at BlizzCon, I get high fives for it. It's it's really, you can't, there's an old saying that says you can't mail someone a haircut. And if you've never been there, you cannot explain to someone the experience that is BlizzCon. The only thing that I can say to you is do what you can, make it there, and enjoy it. Just relax, soak in the little moments, and appreciate where you are, because it's that incredible of an experience. It really, truly is. So our next question. Oh, last one, dev signings. Dev signings, there's a schedule. You'll find it. There's an app. You'll find out all about the official ones. The true secret is Saturday night, Hilton Hotel lobby. You'll see everyone that you want to see. Or Thursday night is a great time to bump into people. That's when I saw Lauren Celestalon. I bumped into Ian Hazakostas on Saturday night. Which thank you, Tapfa, for photobombing me. Appreciate that. It was awesome. No, but it's just an amazing community and an amazing event to be at. So I can't wait to see you there, and congrats on coming to your first BlizzCon. So our next question is from Shoal. Shoal asks, why haven't you played any... Why haven't you played? I should pre-read these before I just copy and paste them and start reading them. Why haven't you played any Division this month? And maybe now is the time with Overwatch gone until next week. Shoal, I've told you before, I'll tell you again, my friend. I would love to. My main time to play games like that is in the evening, and my PC, for some reason, will not handle the Division enough to be able to stream it. So until I can get my second PC set up to stream, I am not going to be playing much Division. I do play a little bit during the day. I hop in and out. And occasionally on the weekends, I'll get in there and do a little divisioning. I have not hit level cap, and I have not ventured into the Dark Zone. So I enjoy the game. I'd like to play more of it. Soon TM is the best I can tell you. So guys, if you're wondering, how can I ask one of these wonderful questions of Cuddles so that he can answer it here with his mouth words on this wonderful, fantastical internet program? Well, guys, there is a way. There is a way. bit.ly/Cuddles Discord. That's bit.ly/Cuddles Discord. Go in there. There's a channel in my Discord called Questions for the Show. Put your questions in there. I read them out on the show. I answer them. Even when they're asking me who wears short shorts, evidently. So post any questions you got in there, guys. I really and truly appreciate it. We have several different channels in that Discord. Usually some fun, lively discussion and some GIFs. Mostly of people making fun of me. But that's what I'm here for, guys. So thank you so much to everyone that submitted a question. I'll be looking forward to your question next week. And before we jump, actually, you know what? We are going to jump right in to the meat and the potatoes.
And now for the meat and potatoes.
Okay, here we go.
All right, guys. So the plan for this week was myself and my guests to wrap up PAX East, talk a little bit about what we experienced, the cool things that happened, and kind of what went on there. So I've already touched on a little bit of it. Actually, I've already touched on most of it. So if you've never been to PAX East before, PAX East is in Boston, Massachusetts, which is it's a wicked pissa. If you've never been there, it's I was running around, everybody was telling me I was wicked smart. And I was just like, stop, I'm in Boston. I'm not, I left my khakis down at the yard. Okay, I'll stop that. But PAX was a whole lot of fun. It really and truly was. 83,000 people bought tickets, and it seemed like every single one of them was in line for whichever game you wanted to play. If I could use the colloquial term nuts to butts, that would definitely describe PAX East. They packed absolutely every sardine they could cram into that convention center. However, there were definitely some high points for me. Walking right inside of the door, I was able to walk almost straight up and play the new Gears of War, which, coming from an old Xbox console guy, this was definitely a whole lot of fun. Some of the Xbox devs were there. I got to meet, however, didn't get a picture with Larry Herb or Major Nelson from Xbox. And just really had a good time in their booth. A great bunch of guys there. Again, Star Crusade. I cannot say enough about the CCG, guys. It's very Hearthstone-esque. If you're used to Hearthstone, if you're looking for something to take your eyes off of the old gods for a little bit, go check out Star Crusade. It is free to play. It's an early access beta on Steam right now. It's going to be out on iOS and Google Play here very soon. And yeah, it was definitely a whole lot of fun. So go check it out on Steam. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really unique. They're doing a lot with animations. They have something planned where they want to do, how do I explain this? So they're going to do community events each month. It's a space-based CCG with different races. So there's Terrans, there's aliens, there's another type of aliens. So these community-based, and please forgive me because I'm explaining this poorly, these community-based monthly goals, say if it was the humans against the aliens, if the aliens win, that actually advances the story and the lore of the game. And then that will affect what next month's community-oriented goal is. So they're really big, really proud of, and really excited about building a lot of lore and story around this game. As well as some of the animations and some of the interactions with the cards are really, really neat. Also, I don't think I've lost a game yet. So somebody get in there and beat me. And or if you get sick of losing to Cthulhu, or Priest Cthulhu, or Druid Cthulhu, or Warrior Cthulhu, or Rogue Cthulhu, and Heroes on the ladder, or Schmork Priest, go check out Star Crusade. It's definitely worth a look. So on Saturday, I had the opportunity to go and meet up with a group of streamers called Bad News Gaming. This was really cool because for those that don't know, outside of my show, I've been focusing on streaming and, really making a go of it. Not like I'm going to quit my job and I'm going to be a streamer and stuff like that. But, I actually enjoy it. And if it could ever come to something, it would be really neat for me. So I had the opportunity to go and hang out with a bunch of these guys and gals that are in various stages, but all what I would consider Twitch successful. Some of them are full-time streamers. Some of them are working that way. Some of them have jobs similar to myself where full-time streaming probably won't be something that will be pursued. It's going to be a hobby. It's going to be fun. And, any money that comes of it or anything that happens of it it's our hobby and it's something that we do for fun. And the interactions that I had there and you see a lot of these folks on stream and a lot of the internet personalities, and you expect them, or maybe I in my cynical mind, I expect them to be different. And I'll actually, if Zug's still in here, I actually expected that of Zug when I met him. I was like, he can't be this cool of a dude. And then he was. And I pretty much, actually everyone that I've ever met in CTR, whether they're in the podcasting community or I just meet them in game, everyone is very real in that community, and that's how this meetup went. I got to meet and talk to a lot of people that I really look up to, and much like I did at BlizzCon, and I'm stumbling over words because Zug's here, but no, it was very interesting. I heard a quote years ago that if you want to do something, go out and find people that are doing what you want to do and go learn from them. And my Saturday afternoon at PAX, I got to spend that with the people that are doing what I want to do in that respect, or in that facet of my life. And they were all incredible and welcoming and warm. And one of them, by the name of Geek Stanton, he's an incredibly entertaining and upbeat streamer on Twitch. He does space games, primarily Elite Dangerous. And I was like, this guy can't be this great. There's no way. And he was the exact same guy that I'd been watching on stream for months. And it was funny because hearing him describe his experiences with PAX East and how he felt about PAX is how we all in the Blizzard community feel about BlizzCon. That same sense of community and family and coming. He said every year when PAX set up, he felt like he was coming home. And not that I don't have a home here, but going back to Anaheim in November will be like going home. And going to PAX was kind of like visiting an uncle that I wasn't really familiar with, but immediately felt at ease with. So that was my Saturday afternoon. It was great. It was incredible. I had the opportunity to go. There was a Machinima party that night, an IGN party, I believe, and then a couple of the streaming crews had a couple late night parties. I think most folks will be very surprised to know that Cuddles found himself in bed at 10:30 every night, with the exception of Thursday night, when I met some very friendly Bostonians that thought that it was quite novel that I was from Florida and decided to show me their amazement at me being in Boston with the gift of shots. And I stayed up a little bit too late. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was in bed at like 10:30. It was great. It was wonderful. It was very relaxing. Multivitamins emergency knockout. I didn't say that before, but start yourself on a regimen before you go to any con. You owe it to yourself to not come down with the crud. BlizzCon attendees call it the con crud. At PAX, it's the PAX Pox. I'm sure anime conventions have their own little monikers, but you get that many people together, like not showering, not wiping themselves, and then not washing their. Wow, that got personal really quick. I'm sorry about that. But you get that many people together in a confined space, and people are sneezing and they're coughing and they're not being the cleanest. And you're eating food with your hands because you're at the food truck or you're at the little hot dog stand, or you have to be careful in those cases. And I was very glad that I had planned on spending Sunday exploring the town of Boston. I did not have Boston. See, it's like I'm from there now. I spent like 2 nights there, so I'm from Boston now. Stop it. That was kind of Jersey. I don't know. We'll get it right one day. So I wasn't going to go to the con on Sunday. I did not have a ticket. I was only able to pick up tickets for Friday and Saturday. And thanks to Thule Bardeen, the amazing Thule. He actually handed me his ticket on Sunday. He had a couple things that he wanted to do. The crowds were a little bit more nuts than he thought that they were going to be. And I got into PAX on Sunday and got to do the last couple things that I wanted to do, grab a couple extra souvenirs. Zug, I did, if by North Boston, if you mean the North End, I did go to the North End We got some Mike's Cannolis. I think we went to like a Girardelli place out there. I was all over Boston, like by the harbor. I was in Southie, I was in North End. I stayed out in Jamaica Plains. The convention was down by the waterfront. Thule and I made it to Harpoon Brewery. It was just a really, really good time. Also, Mike's Cannolis. If you're ever in Boston, please go check them out. But yeah, all in all, PAX East was an absolutely wonderful, incredible, and amazing time. If you can make it to a con, if there's a con around you of any kind, like first and foremost, you're a Blizzard fan, be in Anaheim in November. There, just be there. But if there's a con around you, go be around your people. Go enjoy it, revel in it, and enjoy the little moments. While I feel like I said a lot about PAX, I know what I can't express, and what you can't express about any con is the little kind of in between moments that were just magical. The little jokes that I made with people in line, or the fun that I had with some of the devs playing the different games. Like, who am I talking to devs? Like, that's incredible. And they actually want to talk to you, and they want to talk about their game, and they're so excited about it. And it's really and truly a absolutely incredible experience. So go find a con, go to it, and hopefully I'll see you all at BlizzCon. So guys, that's going to bring us to the part of the show where we do shout outs. Well, I do shout outs because there's nobody else here tonight.
And now it's time for shout-outs.
All right, yeah, come on. Whoa, I mean, not come on, but yeah.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I have to give a big and huge shout out to my friend, Mr. Squinty Eyes. Last night, Squinty gave me the gift that keeps on giving. It blinks right by you, it recalls, and then it gives to you again. And that was Overwatch. Squinty surprised me in my stream last night and actually gifted me. I had not pre-purchased Overwatch as of yet. And it's actually, by the time this show is published, it's going to be too late to get into the open beta weekend, but it will still be available for purchase. So guys, go out and pick it up. Huge thank you to Squinty. Thule for that BlizzCon pass, or that, already thinking about BlizzCon, that PAX East pass. I cannot thank you enough, my friend. I cannot wait to see you in a couple months at the Minnesota meetup. Duke, Polly, Naz, K. Guys, thanks for coming out. And the entire BNG stream team for being incredible at that meetup. Special shout out to Knowledge 1970, who actually dropped a host. I've seen a couple of his folks in here. Castana, and a couple others. Thank you so much for that host, and thank you for being a great friend. It's so cool, the people that you meet. The Astro Pub, guys, this guy dresses up in a vest and a tie to Twitch stream every night. Like, you have to go check him out and ask him why he wears the vest and tie, because the answer is entertaining. DJ Knight just got a sub button right before Twitch happened. Geek Stanton already talked about him. Crass Kitty, she's awesome. She's a little spark plug. And Bad News Baron, the head of Bad News Gaming, and somebody that I'm proud to call my friend. I'm going to drop links for all of these guys' Twitch channels in the show notes. Please take the time, drop them a follow. If you do Twitch, go check these guys out. They're really at the pinnacle of their game. Also, guys, coming up very, very soon, if you have not heard about it, what rock have you been hiding under? That is the Minnesota meetup. That is going to be June 11th. That's right, June 11th in Shakopee, Minnesota. That's right outside of Minneapolis. I think I said that right. So this is run by the Well Played Party committee. The Well Played Party, It's run by the Well Played Party, guys. You should go there. I do not know if there's any more tickets available, but check out the Eventbrite page. Check that out. We're going to be going, watching the Warcraft movie. Then we're going to be going to Valley Fair. There's a Mystic Lake Casino meetup planned. Guys, this is going to be a blast. Pat, Jules, and 150 other World of Warcraft friends from Convert to Raid will be there. This is going to be absolutely incredible, guys. If you don't know about this, check out wellplayedparty.com. That's wellplayedparty.com. Tickets are still available, and check this out, guys. You find your way up to Minnesota for the Well Played Party movie meetup. Guess what? You get to see the movie for freezies. Faux free. Absolutely free. And like, there's seeing the Warcraft movie opening weekend is going to be special. Like that, it's going to be cool. It's going to be one of those experiences like seeing, for us in our community, like seeing Star Wars or Lord of the Rings opening weekend. It's going to be something where you're going to be in a theater surrounded by people that get the excitement. Like it's going to be electric. But take that and imagine that with 150 of your guildies. 150 of your guildies. And watching the Warcraft movie with them. That takes it from cool experience to absolute magic. I know I will not be missing it. And guys, I'm an unemployed guy with a neck beard that frequently wears kilts. I'm finding a way to get there. I hope that you do too. It's going to be an absolute blast. So that is going to do it for tonight. Guys, remember to leave those all-important 5-star iTunes reviews for the game case. If you liked what we have done these past 50 episodes, drop a 5-star review there. Leave a 2-star review, however, if you don't like the show. First of all, if you've been listening to us for 50 episodes and you don't like the show, don't bother leaving a review. I don't think you could get through the process of signing up for the account to do it. But if you don't like this episode, leave a 2-star review for Things to Do Alone, a podcast your mother probably shouldn't listen to. That's it for episode 50. If you'd like to join our live audience and hang out in the chat room, come join us on twitch.tv/thegamecase at 10 p.m. each and every Thursday night. You'll also find me here 6 nights a week, streaming and laughing with my chat room. Thank you all for listening to 50 episodes of this. I'm going to get verklempt. Really, thank you. You can find me on Twitter at Mullet863. You can find the show at The Game Case Show. You can download us on iTunes and Stitcher. And now on Google Play. Catch recordings of the live show or our tips, tricks, and kill videos at youtube.com/thegamecase. Or you can find all of the things on the official site of The Game Case Show, thegamecase.com. That's going to do it for tonight, guys. Bye. Game Case out.
Thank you for joining us this week inside The Game Case.
And
Please
when
join
the
us
show
next
closer
week
doesn't
for more
play.
news, tips, and ramblings about the World of
Or
Warcraft.
it is playing, but your
Game
headphones
Case
are down.
out.